The Houston Zoo is the crown jewel of cultural venues in Houston, Texas. We were on our way to that prior to Lee, but Lee catapulted us into that stratosphere.
What I learned about Houstonians is that they're so giving and so kind and just believe. And that is everything that a zoo could ever ask for when they're trying to change the world, not only locally, but also for wildlife and people around the world.
It's exciting to be proud of the city you live in. And I think the zoo is really one of the gems, one of the pinnacles of this city. And so every time I come here with my 2-year-old son, it just puts a smile on my face because you're proud of what the zoo has done, but I think it's also a broader reflection of Houston as a city.
So we arrived in Houston from Tokyo in 2006 after having spent 28 years in Asia. And one of the early philanthropists involved with the zoo, Jack Blanton Sr., introduced me to the zoo, and I was on the board in about 2 years after that. Of course, Lee came to the zoo towards the end of my term on the board, and it was an exciting time to see him come and begin to contribute his skills to the organization.
In my over 2 decades at the Houston Zoo, I've come to learn how complex it can be to operate a dynamic organization. And I think as leaders, it's important for us to approach management with a team focus, a spirit of collaboration, and a real drive for excellence.
At the time, we were trying to replace not only Deborah, but also Rick Barangi, who had retired 8 months prior. Rick's wheelhouse was the conservation and education and animals, and Deborah was the business. So we told the search consultant, we want someone who has both. And lo and behold, Lee came to us, and he was by far the best candidate, by far.
Lee brought a really bold vision for what our physical campus could transform to, and set on in a 3-part planning, master plan, strategic plan, and business plan, and really having those all tied together.
The way that Lee handled it, though, was he went to all the stakeholders. It wasn't just the board, it was the staff, the volunteers, the donors.
We had many voices in the room that were contributing to those plans. It allowed us to remain focused, to finish the capital campaign, and really turn this zoo into a conservation-based organization.
Lee truly transformed the message that we were sending on our conservation side of see them, save them.
He really thought of every employee as a conservationist, and so that really helped to advance the mission.
Our zoo crew that just went to the Galapagos Islands, they're all about conservation. They're all about saving animals. And that's a strong message.
Lee brought in a vision for the future of this, and that includes things like the Pantanal or Galapagos. I mean, these are visionary exhibits that only somebody with, frankly, a lot of guts and the ability to communicate with the community to build something you could have only dreamed about 25 years ago when the zoo was privatized.
I've admired Lee from afar, watching what he's done, and then to know that there was an opportunity for me to come to the zoo seemed like an opportunity that was just too good to be true.
The continuity of the transition is truly in their passion for wildlife and conservation. And so here we have these new exhibits at the zoo, and guest experience is going to be something that is really, truly important. And Lisa has all that business acumen and experience to lead us into the future.
The way I ensure that the Houston Zoo will be world-class moving into the future is by building on the legacy of Lee Ehmke and his beautiful vision and approach to designing a zoo for all. We exist because people believe in us. And I think it's through that work together of listening to everyone and building on that legacy. That's how the Houston Zoo continues to grow and to evolve and remain one of the best zoos in the world.
Lee, your passion for wildlife and conservation comes through in everything you say and do every single day. Thank you so much for the 10 years you've given us here at the Houston Zoo, and your legacy will live on.
Congratulations on your retirement, Lee. Thank you for everything you've done for all of us at the Houston Zoo, for our communities, for animals, and for the profession. I hope we make you proud and continue to do so.
Congratulations on this well-deserved honor. I am so grateful for our time together here at the zoo, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Congratulations and enjoy your retirement, my friend.
Congratulations, Lee. You have lived a remarkable life. You've left your fingerprints all over this zoo and your footprints all over our profession. I'm so grateful that I got to follow in your footsteps, and I hope you have a great time with whatever you do next.
Lee, you are Mr. Transformation. Congratulations. You have built this zoo into one of the greatest assets we have in Houston. So we all want to say, congratulations, Lee.